Are women okay? That's the question in today's video, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that the answer is no, they're not at all. And don't worry, I also make a series called Are Men Okay? So you can't call me a sexist, now can you? In saying that, let's move along and possibly be sexist.
My act of microfeminism is that when I've just had a baby and when people come to my house, like a man and a woman or like relatives or whatever, I will always thrust my baby in the direction of the man first. So I'll be like, can you hold my baby while I
have a shit? Okay, cool. Good on you. Men should hold babies too.
Because women are always holding babies.
I don't know why that's anything to do with microfeminism. Dudes, you can hold babies. It's okay. But a lot of dudes might not feel comfortable holding a baby because it's not their baby.
Sometimes in the lift, if someone, a man, is waiting for me to go, I also stand and wait for him to go.
Oh, so you're a fucking idiot. Okay.
So on every rental application and lease we've ever had, I've put myself as the primary contact, and every time a real estate or a tradesperson gets in contact and defers to my partner, I make him then re-loop me in.
Okay, well, that's fucking rude. That is rude. That is rude if a real estate agent goes, hey, where's your husband? But if it's a tradie saying, hey, lady, listen, I got to fucking throw a couple of joists up and I got to fucking put a couple of studs in your wall, maybe he wants to talk to a dude because maybe he thinks the dude might know about building. In my relationship, I know more about building than my wife. Now, when I say that, I mean I know barely fuck all about building. My wife knows fuck all. Together, we are fucking hopeless. But I think sometimes dudes feel more comfortable talking to other dudes. And I think sometimes ladies feel more comfortable talking to other ladies. Is that okay? Maybe. I don't know. I think if they're saying to you, hey, get your man on the phone, maybe that's a bit rude. But also, do you really think you're fucking changing the world by putting your number as the primary contact? Fucking, I don't know, get a hobby.
Whenever a man calls me like sweetie or darling or gorgeous, I will call them that back.
That is creepy. If you are calling a lady who isn't your partner, your daughter, or at least, no, not a relative, that's weird too. If you call them gorgeous, that's creepy. Darling, however, I think that's, depends where you're from. If you're from the country, you know, some people do call ladies darling. And I think it depends how you say it. If you say darling, or g'day darling, how are ya? Or g'day, but if you say, hello, darling, yeah, it's fucking creepy, all right? Don't do it.
So anytime anyone's talking about someone in the position of power, I'll just assume that it's a woman and I'll be like, oh, what did your boss say? What's she doing? And all that kind of stuff.
Well, they're probably going to correct you most of the time because most positions of power are filled by men because ladies often do things like have babies and then they don't climb the corporate ladder as far. It's on you. It's on you, babes. It's all on you, all right? You're equal to everybody else. Fucking take a moment to stop being a victim.
When I'm walking, I on purpose don't get out of the way. I just keep my ground. And
oh, you're a
if men bump into me, they bump into me.
Why would you do that? That's fucking ridiculous. What a fucking goose.
Oh my god, I love being a girl because every morning I get to wake up and do my makeup. Like, yeah, I might have to worry about being raped, assaulted, sexually...
Whoa! What, whilst you're doing your makeup?
Kidnapped, groped, harassed, stalked. I might make 82 cents for every dollar a man makes. I have politicians making laws regarding my uterus. But I get to wake up every morning and do my makeup. It's so fun.
Okay, she's obviously quite upset because, you know, ladies have to oftentimes deal with horrible piece of shit men. But here's the problem with what she's saying. If you live your life as a victim, you will never be able to move forward with anything. And that's awful. What a shit way to live your life. You're living your life like a prey animal. And now you might sit there and say, hey, well, we are because men are out there trying to kill us. No, men are not out there trying to kill you. They're not out there trying to attack you. Certain violent piece of shit men are, and that's horrible. But to run around thinking that all men are going to try and kill you is ridiculous. In saying that, when I walk around, I have to be mindful of who I'm walking near, or where I'm going, or who I'm around, any of those type of things, because crazy people exist. You're never going to get past that. And as for the rest of the video about only making 80 cents, that's a lie told to you by feminism. Get over it. Work harder if you want to be a CEO. There's your answer. And yeah, you just enjoy putting your makeup on, babe.
You need to take care of me. That's what men do. They take care of their wives. The wife doesn't take care of the man. Sorry, I will not do it. I'm very old school.
Okay, I want us all to shut our eyes and imagine that a lady is gratifying you sexually. I know, it's a bit gross, but stay with me. Shut your eyes and imagine that she is using a certain part of her body to make you feel better. Okay, there we go. That's not as gross. And you complete the job, and she says, "Oh, Jesus Christ, that was a big load, mate. That was a really big load." It would probably put you off, okay? I don't know what is happening with that lady. Has she been gargling on gravel? What has happened to her tonsils? Have they been beaten like a heavy bag in Mike Tyson's gym? Holy shit, that is frightening.
Most office spaces are set to 5 degrees too cold for women's bodies because the formula to determine a temperature in big spaces like this one was developed based on the metabolic resting rate of a 40-year-old man.
Most spaces in public are set too cold for women. Come in close. No one cares. Imagine that being what you worry about in your life. Fuck me.
This here is the epitome of victim blaming.
Okay, the weapon that every woman could carry in her handbag that could have stopped the bloke who stabbed all those people in Bondi Junction. But pepper spray is only legal in one state. This lady from Kaleidoscope News, we've talked about her before, she is saying that this is victim blaming. Now, I would say to her, okay, I see what you're saying, you're wrong, but I see what you're saying. How about, instead of saying that this is victim blaming and being upset and complaining, why don't you just go, hey, why don't we have pepper spray? Why can't we use that as a defense mechanism? That's ridiculous not to have that. It's legal in all these other parts of the world. I remember when my wife and I were in Florida and we were at a gun expo because we're fucking mad rednecks. This lady asked us, what do you use for defense down in Australia? And Claire was like, oh, nothing. You just gotta hope someone doesn't attack you. Mate, pepper spray would be fantastic, particularly for women.
The audacity of the Daily Mail to put out something that is not only inaccurate, but also irresponsible.
What's inaccurate about that?
And dangerous?
What's dangerous about that?
Is beyond me.
I bet it is.
Like, imagine being the loved ones of the victims of the Bondi Junction attack and seeing headlines like this.
I think they'd be like, yeah, I wish my daughter was carrying fucking pepper spray.
Suggesting that, oh, if they just had pepper spray, they wouldn't have been injured or killed.
If you walk into the forest and there's a psycho bear over here and you get attacked, do you think your loved ones might not go, hey, I wish they had fucking bear spray?
That is absolutely horrible.
No, it's not. It's just giving them something to defend themselves with. This was a lunatic running around with a knife. You're not going to be able to fight him off if you're fucking half his size.
How did the people at the Daily Mail sleep at night?
I agree with that fucking question, but not because of this article.
Knowing that they are suggesting that the victims would still be alive today, if they just had pepper spray.
Or they're suggesting that they would have had a fighting chance.
We are talking specifically about white men.
Oh!
And I'm just going to say it. Fucking unapologetically going to say it. White men are the most dangerous species in the entire fucking world.
Sick of being a white man.
And to everyone else.
Yeah, everyone. You.
So we can reframe, right? Men want to be like, not all men. It's always a white man that fucking says that, by the way. Not all men are like that.
I mean, they're not.
Okay, so let's reframe the question. Would you rather be trapped in the woods with a white man or a black man?
Would I rather be in the woods with a white man or a black man? Ooh, I'd prefer to not be in the woods. I hate camping. Interesting question. I think you'd have to see the person to know whether you trust the black man or the white man more. There's a lot of people of all different colours that look very untrustworthy.
White men are the problem. You are who we are all afraid of.
I agree.
And if you all do not start fucking changing your shit...
It's scary. White men are scary, and that's why the next Conjuring film is called The Conjuring 5. White Boy. Ooh, very scary. Ed and Lorraine Warren walk into an accountant's house. He's there with his family. What will he do? Who the fuck knows? He's a scary white man. Anything could happen. Oh, here's an interesting article. Women are ditching sanitary products to try free bleeding. Here's why. I can't wait to find out why women are choosing to bleed into their underpants. Free bleeding is a practice where women allow their menstrual blood to flow naturally without using sanitary products such as tampons, pads, or menstrual cups to block the flow. Okay. Instead, they rely on their body's natural processes to manage their periods. While it may sound unconventional, yes, and a bit messy, yes, there are various reasons to why women are choosing to embrace this approach. Okay. This is from Sarah, the author of All About My Vagina. It's a of a book. I don't mind rinsing out my panties in the sink or getting blood on my sheets now and then. All right, shut up. Next. Fucking are women okay? No. An unknown hair. Oh my God, why have you done this? That looks good. It looks like my hair if I just got terrible hair plugs at the front. Why would you do that? Look at her before. Like a normal lady's haircut. Looks like she's about to complain about the warmth of her coffee, but a fine haircut nonetheless. But hey, if that's what you want to do, if you want to ruin how you look, fucking go nuts, babe.
Random old white women in corporate America being like the biggest bullies you've ever encountered, like so rude for no reason, is something that nobody on this planet prepared me for.
This is spot on. Ladies, listen up. Lend me your ears. Women over the age of 45 in retail positions that work at clothing stores, or perhaps they work in hospitality, are the worst people to ever live. They are horrible individuals, mean-spirited Karen. They will make you feel terrible about yourself. They will complain about you. They will try and get you fired, particularly if you have one thing in common with them, a vagina. Women hate women. Old women hate young women. If a young woman walks in and she's pretty and she looks nice-ish, they will fucking try to destroy you. They want to see you crumble, cry, be put on antidepressants. They want to see your life end as they know it because they want you to be miserable. Women over the age of 45 with white skin are the worst people to ever live.
The male gender should be obliterated.
Whoa! Are you calling for a genocide on men?
Number 1, creepy old men at gas stations.
Just at gas stations, okay.
I don't even need to explain this one.
There are creepy old men, no doubt.
Number 2, trucks. And I know some of y'all girls are gonna be like, I love trucks, jack me up, boy. If you're a girl who likes trucks and no you don't, you're lying. You're lying for attention. Stop, it's not cute.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if chicks like utes. It's what we call trucks in Australia. I don't know, if I see a girl driving a ute, I usually think she's got a clitoris bigger than my cock. But anyway, that's just me.
Number 3, frat boys. Gross.
Yeah, but frat boys and frat girls, or whatever the fucking female alternative is, you both suck, so shut up. That's the most attractive noise I've ever heard.
4, the motherfucking wage gap!
Yeah! Yeah!
It is 2021, and I'm still gonna get paid less for doing a better job than a man!
You are white, lady. Remember that. Okay? When you're speaking, remember that you have white skin.
We literally live in a capitalist hellhole.
Okay.
If somebody doesn't have the correct words.
Okay, let's read some of what's on the screen here. You're not a man, you're not a woman, you're a human. Can you talk about xenogenders? I'm open-minded, but having trouble grasping concepts like xenogenders and plush genders, frog gender, star gender, etc. Oh, all right, this is the last video. Just lend me, just
have the correct words to express how their gender identity feels, and the best way they can describe that is, it feels like a star. My gender feels like a star. Okay, valid, sure. I really don't see the problem at all. My only asterisk, or like my only little note, is if you use a lot of neo-pronouns interchangeably, and this is not to crap on neo-pronouns. I'm reading a lot about gender studies. I have been lately. I'm having my own little gender identity crisis. And neo-pronouns might be something that helps me personally, and that's a different TikTok for a different time. The point is, neo-pronouns are valid.
TikTok. That's the problem.
But if you use a lot of them interchangeably, depending on how you're feeling that day, be patient with people. Rapid change like that can be difficult for a lot of people.
Yeah, of course, if you're going to call yourself frog gender or star gender, you don't need patience, okay? You need to be locked up in a padded cell, tucked away from the world, for at least 45 days until you come out of there and go, okay, I'm fucking crazy, just don't listen to me.
A lot of people, and especially people with learning disabilities or other disabilities. So just be patient.
Yeah. They're the ones with the disabilities. Okay.
Maybe work on ways that you can express the pronouns that you're feeling that day, name tag, bracelet,
That day. Ugh.
earrings, different things. You are still incredibly valid, you just maybe need to be a little bit patient while the rest of the world is catching up.
When people say that they're valid, like they say, I'm valid. If you need to say that, you're not valid. You are invalid. You are an invalid. Get away from me. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, then maybe you'll be able to answer this question. Are women okay? No. Good God, no. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. It extinct. Now, stick around. Watch this, because this is a clip from one of my most recent shows where I had a lovely interaction with the audience.
Now, what's your name, sir? John. Now, that's a good, honest name. That's a name you can set your watch to, John. Very good. What do you do, John? You work at the abattoirs. Welcome to Port Macquarie. What do you love about your job? Just murdering shit. Just cutting up bodies. How good's that? Your boyfriend cuts up bodies. That's just, do you get home every day and go, God, I hope he smells like the beautiful man that he is. Just stinking. What does he smell like when he gets home? Fucking meat. What part of him smells like he's been fucking meat? What do you do with the pussies on the animals? Like, is there... Because, like, fleshlights, if you don't know what a fleshlight is, I'm sure you do, sir. A fleshlight is a fake vagina that you have sex with, ejaculate into, and then store in your cupboard to get covered in mould. Now. And then you got to throw it out, it's a whole thing. But you have access to real life cow pussies. Wait, what do they feel like? Cold. Yeah, you gotta run them under hot water before you fuck them.